day to get this, just to get it done.
So you have that hyperactive energy, and then you kind of harness that energy to be productive and get through your day, or get through your week, or get through your month. Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes.
Okay. So
and I don't have control over that.
Okay.
It either comes and goes.
So what's the opposite to that?
The lows, if I'm like in a depressive state, is just like debilitating. You know, the anxiety is there, but it's just like that's when the desire to just not do it at all, or to find excuses, or to, you know, and I don't have the luxury of doing that, but those feelings are there, like just not wanting to do it at all, and just feeling overwhelmed.
So what's the overarching feeling that even when you, like you said, you want to find excuses to not do it, you want to get out of it, what is that energy that you're holding on to that gets you through it though? Even when you're feeling low, what is it?
I have to provide for my family.
Okay.
I have no choice.
Yeah.
I have to deliver. I do not have the luxury of not delivering, not producing. I have to. Period.
So it's the love for your family and wanting to provide for your family and wanting to take care of your family that's just getting you through it, basically.
Yeah.
So where do your needs fit in within all of this?
They don't.
Okay. So is there anything that you do that is possibly for yourself?
I get coffee every morning.
Okay.
Which gives me a pretendo boost.
Okay.
Um,
So when you get your coffee in the morning, is that like, are you on your own, or you're with somebody? Like,
I'm on my own. My baristas always take care of me. They know me.
That's nice.
And they know my drink, what I get.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to my music, and I'm sipping on my way.
So it's almost like a timeout. It's a time that's for you.
I guess.
Yeah. And also what I'm seeing is that you already have that built-in established relationship with the workers at the barista, and you're in like a comfortable space where you know the environment is familiar with you, and it's almost like it's a safe place. Am I correct?
To a certain degree, it's a no effort.
Okay.
It's a no effort. It's a just exist.
Yeah.
It's a just whatever it is. It's just. There's no expectations. It's just, I'm going here. I'm getting my coffee.
Yeah.
I'm sipping on it. I'm getting a tiny bit of caffeine, stimulating some whatever.
So the no effort. I mean, I kind of like that, especially when I look at what you've told me here today. It seems like a lot of what you're doing requires a lot of effort, it requires a lot of work. But when you're in that space, it's effortless. You can just be. So my question is there any other circumstances where you can just be, where it's just, you're just going with the flow?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Like, I like to go out.
Yeah.
And I drink.
Okay.
And, in that buzzed vibe, especially if the music is good, I'll just be dancing. And I'm just in a fluid state. I'm not concerned about around me. I'm just like translating the energy of the music and just, the moment, and like living in the moment and just being, to a certain extent, and just, there's a level of freedom with something like that, especially, not not like wasted drunk, but then not just having your first drink, but somewhere, that nice buzzed vibe,
Mhm.
and it just reduces anxiety.
Okay. So in that situation where you're in a place, the music's nice, you've had a drink or two, you're feeling relaxed, it's effortless, you're comfortable. Are you with friends? Are you alone?
It could be either or.
Okay.
It could be either or.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes it's rare because I really don't drink at home, but sometimes if I'm at home, I'll have personal parties.
Yeah.
Or sometimes my kids
Mhm.
will come and dance with me,
Yeah.
and we just have personal parties and whatnot.
Okay. And it seems like that is, in essence, a part of something that at least brings some balance to everything else
That
that's
doesn't
going on.
happen often.
Okay.
It
Okay.
doesn't happen often because I have to be able to propel myself into that space.
Okay. Propel yourself into that space. So by that you mean kind of move into that area, like.
Sometimes it's a switch that doesn't go off,
Okay.
depending on where I'm at.
Okay. So you said it doesn't happen as often as you would like. You know, how often does it happen, and how often would you like to have that experience, to be in that place?
Honestly, it's like I don't need frequency. I need it's like quality versus quantity.
Okay. Yes.
Because every time I'm in that formula, that does not equate freedom. Because if I'm not in a buzz state and I'm feeling like the energy from people around, because I have, just like going into the classrooms, being around people I don't know is very anxietic. I don't know if that's a real word, but it causes an extreme state of
I
anxiety.
understand what you mean.
So it's just like being in that space. If I'm not there, sometimes I'm just like, looking over my shoulders, or because you out and about or whatever.
Yeah.
And then at home, I really just don't often drink at home. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be catching a vibe with my daughters, but it might not feed me the way. I'm not going to necessarily achieve that same blissful state
Okay.
where it's just where I'm just in the being, in the moment, free, you know. Um, I mean, it doesn't look like this, but almost if you can imagine, like, how hippies were or something like that. Just like that freedom.
Yes, freedom.
You know what I'm saying?
In a space where
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
just like,
worries.
yeah.
It's just everything is everything.
Right, right, right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't always achieve that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the formula can be skewed.
And sometimes life can be restricting.
Right.
So, I mean, I totally understand that. So, in going over what you've said, you know, work is a big issue in terms of the groups for you. Um, it's something that you struggle with. It's something that you soldier through, but you don't always want to do it. And then also counterbalancing that with having your own personal time, being in a space where things are effortless, you're at ease, you're comfortable, you're having a good time, whether it might be by yourself or with others. So there's some practical things that I think we could look at. When it comes to work, I would say, and looking at your ideas and how you feel about being comfortable. And I think a lot of the group anxiety and going into the group is to do with the fact that you do feel uncomfortable because it is the unknown. Have you ever maybe gone and met a class before you even have to start a group?
No, because I want to limit my time.
Okay.
I don't want any more. I don't want to add any more time.
To what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just trying to get through it.
And it's to the point where I only do groups in certain organizations and schools because of relationships that I already have bonded with the staff
Okay.
there.
And
So I know that gives me a piece of pseudo comfort, I'll say.
yes.
You
Because
know?
because you
there's
know the
already,
faculty,
there's already
yeah, you have a
relationships.
relationship built in. Okay, so how do your classes typically start right at the beginning?
I introduce myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have them introduce themselves.
Yeah.
And then we start with, you know, ground rules, regular, you know, agreements, group agreements, and then really try to, I give them a piece about me, you know, hobby, whatnot, and then I have them do all the same things that I do.
How are you feeling during that process of introducing the group where?
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Okay.
I'm like, I mean,
Okay.
thank God it's not like on my face or whatever, but you know, I mean, I'm just sitting there and I'm
Yeah.
trying to get into,
Mhm.
you know, a zone, if you will,
Yeah.
like a sports or an athlete, like they get into a, I'm
Yes.
trying to get into a zone where I can just go on autopilot
Yes.
versus have to think about, I mean, I've done it a million times,
Yeah.
so I mean, I want to get into autopilot.
When you're in autopilot mode, what activities are usually taking place when you get to a level where you're at least feeling less anxious? What's taking place in the room? What's taking place? What can you see? What are the youth doing? What are you doing?